Welcome, you have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review will be the Northman. Let's get into it. So subscribe to the channel, like the video before we get started. Let's go over the cast that wasn't a big cast. So let's go over the cast. So you have the lead, Alexander Skarsgård as Amleth, Nicole Kidman as Queen Gundrum, Ethan Hawke, King Arundel, Anna Taylor-Joy as Olga, Claes Bang as for Janir, and William Dafoe as Amir the Fool. So that's pretty much the cast. It wasn't that much big of a cast. And Bajork as Deceivers. So you had Ethan Hawke's character, which is King Overdale, who was he comes home, he's wounded in battle. Amleth looks up to him, a young Amleth at the time looks up to him, and he doesn't let everybody know how bad he was wounded. So he showed his wife, Queen Quandrum, and let her know. So he's pretty much, I gotta prepare my son. He was young when his got my time. So they took him through this little ritual for him to become king and understand the way of the wolf. And after that moment, he came out and he was ambushed, and young Amleth ran off. Come to find out, the person that was ambushing him was his brother. Killed him, cut his head off. Amleth escaped, not before he seen his wife. I said his wife. His mom was captured. 20 years later. Before I say that, while Amleth was retreating in the boat, he was kept stating that he was revenge his father and save his mother. So 20 years later passed. He was with a crew that was just basically taking over villages. And one of the villages he went in, he seen it was this like a voodoo statue, but the deceivers came up to remind him who he was and the oath he took to revenge his dad. So when he did that, he spoke to some people in the town, which told him about Fujinir, and basically he no longer had the big castle and all that no more. He was still in position, but like him and his squad, they kind of moved in like another area. So he proceeded to instead lead a squad that he was with and go, and he snuck on a ship that was going to where Bajor's land was, and actually just blending in as a slave. When he blended in as a slave, he met Olga. Of course, they befriended each other. The attraction was there. That was going to become his love interest. He gets there. He finds out that his mom is there. But at this time, he see that Fujinir, which is his uncle, has a son, an older son and a younger son. So he's just building up his recon, finding out what's what on the land. At this time, he speaks to another voodoo person that tells him about his dad's sword and where he could find it. He gets his dad's sword, so now he got his weapon, and he start picking off the men in the village. And he obviously, you could tell he's much more skilled than everybody there, especially than his stepbrother. So he start plucking them off. He eventually kills his stepbrother, and he's setting out a slaughter. So at this time, the king for Janir is pretty much upset his son was killed, so he want to know who it is. So he just started killing random people, and so he revealed himself that he was the one. So he came down and started just rampaging, killing everybody. But they got the best of him. They chained him up, beat him up real bad. Then these crows came out of nowhere, and they released him from being chained up. And next time he woke up, he was fully healed, and Olga was there. So Olga was pretty much like, you know, we could go on, let him go, and we go live our life. So he kissed Olga's wound, and that's where he got a chance to see that Olga's going to have twins. So the voodoo person told him, when he told him about his dad's sword, he told him pretty much, you will have a decision to make. Either you're going to give revenge, or you're going to have to be kind to your kin. So he pretty much said he wanted both. And he told Olga, now that you have my kids, that's going to be me being kind to my kin, but I want my revenge. So he pretty much renounced his position, told everybody that Olga is the queen because she's married to a king, and he jumped off the boat to go get his revenge. When he got back to the town, he pretty much ran into his mother, slayed his mother, slayed his other stepbrother, and said he would meet his uncle in the gates of hell, up where the volcano is in the mountain. So him and his uncle fought to the death, and the uncle had him on his knees, where the uncle was could have killed him, but he didn't, and he gassed this. He gained this strong burst of energy, where this strong burst of energy for a last fight scene. And in this last fight scene, he pretty much swung the sword. The uncle swung the sword, and his uncle stabbed him through the chest with the sword, and he cut the uncle's head off. So they both killed each other. And he had a vision of Olga that pretty much said, you know, I had your kids, and you could cross the light of passage. So that was pretty much the movie. Decent overall if you into Viking films and stuff like that. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 4 stars. I could see where somebody would give it 3 out of 4 stars. I'm just pretty sure everybody just didn't like that ending, but it is what it is. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.